Okay, so I took you through the ceremony that we did on the summer solstice, 1958. So here recently, in December the 28th, just after Christmas, as I was outside giving my offerings and asking permission to speak with the holy ones and the ancestors and all of the sacred realms up above, I was just asking permission to be a part of that day, and asking for the most benevolent outcome for our lives here on the island and for the world, and asking blessings for all the plants and animals that share the island with us and the waters. So as I was sitting there with the holy ones, they showed me that event that I just described in the earlier video. And so as I was thinking about it, as they were continually feeding me information, if you will, it's like there was a message that came in from the skulls, especially the one that I carry. I call her Goldie, and she was kind of describing unity amongst the humans. And then she said, create unity amongst the humans. And I thought, what? And then she kept on going back to ceremony, create unity amongst the humans. And so I kept on thinking about what was being offered to me or shared with me. And then I said, you know what? They kept on showing the summer solstice, going back and forth, showing me the summer solstice, showing me unity, showing people around the world coming together as individuals and offering their prayers to the Grandfather Sun. And I thought, whoa, that would be a heck of an idea for a global gathering, a global event. And so as I thought about it more and more, I thought, we can do this. We can do this. It's going to take a lot of work to get the information out to everybody, but yeah, we can create this. I'm looking over here in my comments section, and I'm not sure. Anyway, technical things. So I discussed this with a couple of my colleagues out there, and talked with different people. And so 3 people came together with me. There's a gentleman by the name of John Burgess who lives in Texas. I've worked with him for many years. He's a pipe carrier in the traditional way. And then I joined in with John on some of his Zoom events. And then he introduced me to a lady named Rosa Harper who lives in Albuquerque right now. And she's very familiar with how Zoom works, and actually she helped me kind of weed my way through this Facebook Live situation. So in the background we're communicating via phone, and to make sure that I'm on the right track. And then we had another technical person that came in, and her name is Ginja Patel, who lives in Seattle. And so we formed a core group, and so we discussed what was being shared with me, and I was asking them if they could be a part of the planning, the creation of this event. And so we discussed, maybe we should find a way to broadcast in a bigger picture. And so we immediately kind of thought about, well, we need to present a a website pertaining to the event and describing all the particulars and what we're being shown and how we can join together individually around the planet collectively on or within this energy field that's coming. So basically what I'm talking about is we're creating an event. We're still trying to come up with an appropriate name for the website. And we have gone through a lot of suggestions to find the right name for the website. So that's in progress. We're also developing in the website a page that describes some prayers that may enlighten you or make you think about that needs to be added to the list or added to the gathering. We're also going to create a newsletter page where we give updates as we get more information from the higher realms, and we're going to have a sign-up list. And so the way we see that it's going to unfold is that we are going to create the events or the gathering around this year's summer solstice here in the United States, or in the upper part of the equator. Where I'm thinking we should just call it the solstice event, and the reason why is that south of the equator, they're just in the opposite realms that we are. So when we're having our summer solstice, they're having their winter solstice down under. So we're going to maybe rephrase the title or the description to to just a solstice event around the planet. So that incorporates both the summer and the winter solstices together. So beginning on June 18th of this year, we're going to start the gathering. And we're going to ask everybody to join in individually, collectively, on the sunrise of June 18th. Now we're taking in consideration the time zones around the planet. And so we're going to be communicating with the people primarily around New Zealand, Australia, to have them initiate this wave of energy. So we're going to be asking them to offer their prayers first at sunrise, and we're going to ask them to place 2 individual containers of water out before the sun rises. The containers will be equivalent to like 2 1-gallon containers or 2 4-liter containers filled with water. And we'll place them outside so that the sun will induce its energy into the water. Preferably glass containers. It magnifies the water. And so we're going to place them out in the morning sun. And we're going to offer our prayers for ourselves, our family, our lands, our plants, our animals, our waters, the air, all the elements, if you will, and offer our prayers to the water. So if you followed me in the previous video, we offered, the grandfather asked us to offer our prayers into the wood to create the fire ceremony. But I know we're not going to be able to do it in many places to offer a big fire ceremony, so we're going to offer it as water. So we'll place the 2 containers of water out there in the morning sun, allow the sun to enhance the water as we offer our prayers to the water. Again, our prayers for ourselves, the land, and everything else considered. Each day, we are going to do this. And we're going to offer one of the containers of water when the sun is at its highest point. And we're going to ask the sun to open up its heart and to allow our prayers to be absorbed as we pour it onto the Mother Earth, pour the water onto the Mother Earth. And then at sunset, we're going to offer the second container of water onto the Mother Earth, asking the Grandfather Sun to hold our prayers within its heart and to shine our prayers all the way around the planet. So that will begin with the first time zone, wherever that occurs in and around New Zealand, Australia. The next time zone will jump in at sunrise, the third time zone, fourth time zone, all the way through the time zones, systematically, creating this ripple of energy around the planet. All of our prayers, every one of us, including our children, our elders, all the ones in between, each of us will offer our prayers during this gathering. The gathering will continue for 10 days. It will take us through the solstice, which in the northern hemisphere is on June 20th, which will be our summer solstice. So starting on the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd will be encompassed by the energy of the solstice sun. Then we will continue on with the gathering, offering our prayers through the full moon cycle. The full moon in June in the northern hemisphere will be on the 24th of June. So when that switch is made on the 22nd of June, we will do simultaneous ceremonies, ending the solstice ceremony and beginning the full moon ceremony. Now this might be a little confusing, but on the day of the 22nd, we're going to ask everybody to put out 4 containers of water. 2 containers to end the solstice, and 2 containers to begin the full moon energies. We'll describe more about it as the weeks come forward and give a little bit more detailed information. Now we're putting it together on our end as we see we need to do the gatherings of unity, the collective unity around the planet. But if you have other practices or other thoughts of how to do your ceremonies or your gatherings in the areas that you're at, yeah, that's what we need. It doesn't have to be as we suggest it, but what we're looking for is how do we complete the intention. The elders, they tell us, we create an intention. There's many different ways to create the intention, but the bottom line at the end of the day is that the intention is completed. And so however it comes to you during that 10-day period, it's totally up to you whether you want to join with our protocols or join in with your own. It's all the same. It's creating the same intention globally. It's unifying us as individuals, praying for our lands, praying for ourselves, praying for our families, our plants, our animals in our specific lands. So, with that being said, there's a lot of work ahead of us to plan and organize the development of our website and to offer more support and some more information as we go along into the months up to the time of the solstice in June. So I appreciate your watching today, and we're still in the technical challenges of how we're going to bring all of this together. So I'm assuming right at this time that this video will be maybe embedded in our website for introductions to this gathering. And then we're also looking for different speakers who have maybe seen this in their visualization or want to add to what we're offering or creating. And you're more than welcome to either get a hold of me on Facebook at on this address, and we'll respond back to you. I'm kind of letting my mind go out there with the Holy Ones, asking them if there's anything else that we need to present to you at this time. What they're saying is that within the prophecies that we see a trend. And the elders, they say, yeah, prophecies are created through seeing trends of humanity going in a certain direction. And when we're engaged in prophecy, we can see what the elders were seeing when they created the prophecy. We could see that trend of humanity. We can see the trends of the Mother Earth. We can see the trends of the plants, animals. We can see all kinds of trends, if you will. And so those trends is what creates prophecy. It shows us that if we continue on as we are right now into the future, is that there's many things that will come to pass because we're engaged in this trend, this way that we've created to live upon the Mother Earth. A lot of it we see is very, very destructive energy. And so again, it describes in the trend of if we continue to go this way, it's not going to be a very good outcome for what we call the unborn, the ones who's coming behind us to take our place. Is that we're the leaders of the world right now, and it's up to us to take a stand and unify ourselves through whatever medium that may be, and saying, okay, it's time to let go of that shadow self that's harnessed us up in saying what we need to say to the leaders of the planet. We'll go in more and more into that as the videos continue on. But again, it's time for us to really look into the future and to really look at this trend that we're going into, this prophecy, is that if we don't intercede, if you will, if we don't jump into altering this prophecy now, then, like the old man used to say, is that we deserve everything we get and more. It's the more part that I'm concerned with. We can create more love, or we can create more destruction. It's up to us as humans. But I feel that we can and we will change the energy of the planet and the energy within the human structure, the humanitarian structure, that we can all see this together, that there are things that drastically need to be changed as soon as we can. There's way too much negative that's going on within the human community around the world. And I'm sure you know a lot of them, so I won't go into the details of those negative aspects. But we all, as individuals, we know what's right and what's wrong. And so as we come together collectively, we can create an energy that can kind of move the trends of that prophecy. You know, we see now that, you know, with the state of the United States, is that there's a division amongst the people. This division that we see is a part of that prophecy that had been shown many, many years ago. So I invite you to stay tuned with us and to really get a powerful understanding that you have an authority to be on this planet. You have an authority to speak with your inner spirit. You have an authority to change the wrongs. You have the authority to create balance and harmony upon the Mother Earth. So again, I thank you for watching. I ask blessings for you wherever you are this day. I ask that the Holy Ones could maybe shine a light on you, those of you that are watching. And I would appreciate it greatly if you could maybe share the things that we're bringing to you this day and the days following. So stay tuned. We'll be doing some Zoom meetings, more Facebook Live broadcasts, and probably more YouTube videos. And so we're trying to figure out how are we going to embed this into the website, which will be an international website. So we're looking at different organizations to promote this for us. Like one comes to mind, the Shift Network. You know, other networks that are global, and to share this event worldwide. So again, thank you for your patience with my technical difficulty understanding of all this crazy stuff. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to follow through with this calling, the calling of the Holy Ones, asking us or guiding us to come together as one people upon the Mother Earth. So again, aloha from the island of Kauai. Mahalo for your interests, and they're saying blessings all around. Aho.